Hi, this is Mark from Mobile Geeks, and today we're going to take a look at the Elephone S3. And this is a China smartphone which comes for a price point around $150–180, unlocked of course, and has some cool features like it has a bezel-less screen, and what else it can do and what it can't do, and how it ranks up in a comparison to other phones. We're going to find out in this video. Enjoy! So let's start with a quick unboxing. Of course, there is the phone itself, the Elephone, and yeah, basically we can see everything. Yet there is a smartphone cover which actually looks quite nice, I'd say. Then there's the power outlet, and there is the mini USB cable, which also functions as in tape measurement from 0 to 100 centimeters. This is funny because I've never seen it before, but I think besides it's a joke, a small funny joke. I'm not sure if it's really usable for you, but at least you have something to measure with you all the time when you take that cable with you. So let's take a look at the Elephone, and the first thing you'll notice is this gorgeous screen with 5.2 inch, and for a phone in this price class, it's really cool that it is a bezel-less screen. So we don't have a bezel on the left, on the side, on the right. This is for that price point a good feature, I'd say. So on the bottom we have the mini USB, we have speakers, we have the power and the volume rocker, we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, and on the left side there is the dual SIM card, or one SIM card and one SD card slot. What else I like very much is that we have this aluminum unibody, and for a phone this cheap, this really feels quite good. It's not very light. It weighs around about 145 gram. It's has a thickness of 8.3mm, but after all, this feels rather premium from the touch and also from the weight than cheap. Also the camera bump for the 13 megapixel camera, but now I'd say it's time to take a look at the phone itself. So let's take a look at the inner things, and the phone itself, it runs Android 6.0 Marshmallow, as we can see here. It has a special Elephone launcher, which is quite okay, I'd say. The model number is 3. We have 3 GB of RAM. It has an 8-core processor. It's an MTK, I think, MT6753 MediaTek processor. The battery itself is 2100 milliamperes. And yeah, okay, let's be honest. This isn't really special after all, but it's a decent phone, because when you run it in the normal mode, when you're doing the navigation, opening galleries, this is okay. It's not really fast, but it's okay. Yeah, the camera. It's a 13 megapixel camera, so don't expect really great photos. You can see the booting takes some time. Autofocus, let's take another look for the autofocus, is really slow, but it tries at least. From my experience, what I can tell so far is that when you're a little bit, you invest a little bit time into the camera, it can take decent photos. And I'd say it's time for now to run some of the test photos I took around on the last few days, where I ran around with the photo, with the camera itself. I'd say I was rather impressed, but here's the big but. None of these photos were with the automatic I like always had to set the focus manually to try to get a good photo, but after that you could take some good photos here. This was when it started to rain. You can see the resolution isn't really great, but in good light conditions, it actually works. Here we can see this was what the phone tried to make out of the picture with the autofocus, and when I set it on manual, this is what I could make. And so camera is decent. That's a good thing. So what's not so good is the battery, 2100 milliampere hours. I had it run down in like 4 hours when I was taking a lot of photos and yeah, pictures for the event I was trying to cover with this phone. Also, the screen looks great when it's not too bright in the outside, but when you're trying to use it in the outside, you have to pull the brightness up all the way, and it's still rather difficult to see it in the or to read something in the outside. So let's take a look at the performance. And like I already said, this isn't a high-end phone by any means, but in the normal day-to-day navigation, this is quite okay. But I really want to see how it holds up when we are trying to get the most of it. For this test, I said, let's take a look at the temperature of the phone right now. As you can see, it's 32 degrees. Don't expect me, please, to know what this is in grad Fahrenheit. I'm not sure about this. Okay, Asphalt 8, Nevada racetrack. And what you can hear now is the rather mediocre sound. I'll put it down because it's really not great. So if you want a game... Ooh, nice start. I recommend you to get headphones for this. Ooh, this is a rather good race for my skills. As you can see, this isn't too bad at any rate. So this is quite fluently everything. I don't see any frame drops after all so far. I expect this to be medium settings, but still. There you could see some lagging. I hope you can see that as well. And this is a little bit where it gets, you can see here it's lagging around. And what I always also see is there is almost no other cars driving around. You know, normally when you play Asphalt 8, you get that traffic which you have to try to miss. But I think for performance reasons, there isn't any other car than the race cars on the track. So that's good from the game developers that they try to make it run fluently on devices like that. Oops. And again, when it crashes, I think you can really see it. Boom. And there is the lag. Yeah. So besides that, I'll say I'll speed it up a little bit from here. Take another 1 or 2 races and see how the heat is building up on the device or how it isn't. Lag. So I'm not sure if you noticed this in the speed up version, but this one here got a lot more laggier than the others before. Device gets a little bit hotter. This is still okay, but it's considerably hotter, like 40 degrees, which is, I think, plus. So you definitely feel that the device is getting warm, and you feel that it's getting a little bit laggy, but still, after all, this is quite okay for casual gaming, like I said earlier. This is not a high-end phone. You're getting it for like around about $150 if you're doing a good, or if you're finding a good deal. So you can't expect really like a high-end performance on this phone. It's okay for some games, for casual gaming, like Solitaire or something like that, for example. Expect some apps to load a little bit longer. They will load eventually. But in a day-to-day use for people who are using or getting that phone, it's not that bad, I'd say. So who's the Elephone S3 for? I'd say people who are like really wanting to have something beautiful unlocked for a very low price point. The quality makes a good impression, so I really believe there are people who are going to like the Elephone S3 for them. It won't be hardcore gamers, but those people probably look for a phone which is a much higher price point. So I'm Mark from Mobile Geeks. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Thanks for watching.